So I recently thought about Blue Beetle and remembered that he actually has a film made on him. Released in 2023 on the 18th of August, which means at the time of recording this, it's almost at its 2-year anniversary. So that's cool, I guess. And I remember there was a decent amount of hype for this movie before it hit cinemas. I wouldn't by any means say that it had a lot of people creaming to see this movie, but it was enough that I saw posts on my social media. And this is probably because the trailer looked actually pretty good. The CGI was on point, but it seems like when it released, all that hype just dropped to zero, and I've not heard a single soul speak about this since it was released. It's almost like it never even fucking existed. And I don't really know why, because the concept of Blue Beetle is pretty cool actually. I mean, the guy can spawn fucking blades from his arms, and the suit is beautiful too. So I can't imagine why it's not talked about more. Like, the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes are actually kind of pretty decent, but I've seen a lot of people say it's just a big waste of time. So one of you is lying, okay? And I don't even know who, because I haven't watched it yet. So let me just time skip to a version of me that has watched it. So I just finished Blue Beetle, and yeah, I'm gonna go with a huge waste of time. That's 2 hours of my life that I could have spent doing literally anything, and it would have been more productive than that shit. Instead of talking about all my criticisms in one go, I think it's probably easier to go through the plot, you know, for context, then give my takes on parts of the film. But before that, please remember that this is my own personal opinion. You know, don't let my take on this movie deter you from watching it yourself, because who knows, you might actually fall deeply in love with this movie and even get married and have kids with it. You fucking loser. Okay, anyway. The movie opens in, I guess, a military camp where we see this scar-faced guy, and it can't be more blindingly obvious that he's the bad guy. Like, just fucking look at him. He's even got the evil robot arms to back it up. He works for this woman, and together they're searching this rock for something that she's been searching for a long time. The Blue Beetle Scarab. Anyway, while all these shenanigans and tomfoolery is going on, we get our main character, this Latino kid, Jamie Reyes, and his Latino family. And oh my god, this family is annoying. Throughout this movie, every godforsaking fucking word is about either being Latino or how family is important. Like, it genuinely adds to my disliking to this film. And I'm not even racist either. Like, if there were any other culture, I'd still fucking hate them. Because they just shove it down the viewer's throat by having too many scenes about family. And you'll get what I'm talking about when we go through this film. And if you don't, I'm just gonna look like a big racist. So I hope that doesn't happen, okay? His sister gives him this balloon, which, haha funny, and his nutcase uncle pulls up blasting out music, and haha funny again. Guys, this movie's humour is really bad, so you guys are in for a real treat with this one.
Hey, come on, get out the car and give me a hug.
No hugs, man. They got Big Brother watching us.
It's revealed that they're gonna be homeless because mama got bills to pay, and the landlord tripled the fucking rent. And movie aside, what sort of landlord triples rent? Is your landlord Satan or something? Reyes is talking about how he's gonna make it out the hood and buy everyone a house. Then the screen cuts to him in this fancy ass place. But actually he just works here. What a great trick, guys. You really got me thinking he finally made it. Actually, I'll take it back. This isn't that bad. It's just sort of a little goofy, but I'll let it slide. Also here is Scarface and his boss and her niece. We find out through said niece that her evil plans for the world are she wants to create a private cybernetic police force. Her niece doesn't like this idea, so they start arguing, and she gets shit-talked real hard by this woman, who I genuinely don't know the name of, so I'll just call her Ginger for the rest of this video. Ginger lays down some stern words about her niece is nothing but a nepo baby, and she lives off the work of her father while she travels the world faking charity work. Looking back, this is a very valid crash out, like, you go queen. Scarface is about to grab Jennifer, but our hero steps in and saves the day. And his sister comes out the bathroom to boast about how good that shit she just had was, and she realises she's in a serious situation. And guys, there's nothing more funny than a poop joke, am I right? God, I fucking hate this movie. Anyway, long story short, they get fired and Reyes has a crush on Jennifer, who doesn't appreciate the white knighting, but she feels bad for costing him his job, and gives Reyes her number so that she can find him more work. And on his first day at work, Reyes for some reason takes his whole fucking family, and they just sort of shout embarrassing stuff at him. Like, why the hell did he do this? Why are they here? Even the grandma's here. What's the point of this? Reyes is told to wait in the lobby, and Jennifer steals the scarab, using the classic bump into someone and pickpocket them technique. She gives Reyes the scarab in a takeout box, and he takes it home to his family. They pressure him to open the box, and at this point, they have no idea what it could be. It could be a bomb for all they know. So what do? They fucking throw it around, of course.
Immature, but she said to not open it, so please.
She said for you to not open it.
Stop. Hey,
What the hell, man? The Beetle latches onto Reyes and he starts freaking out, and his family starts freaking out too. You know, they're all shouting in Spanish. And at last, he turns into Blue Beetle. The only positive I do have to say about this movie is they didn't cheap out on the CGI. Everything in this movie is very well made. Visually, at least. He flies around for a while the scarab adjusts to his body. He even cuts a bus in half for some reason. And I think they just wanted to flex how good the suit looks here, which, fair enough, it does look really good. But you didn't have to cut a bus in half, guys. What the hell? He returns home and his nutcase uncle is talking about how the government will track Reyes and eventually find out they're illegal immigrants, so he has to stay home. But surprise, he slips out while they're all chanting in Spanish, because this is how you should react when a family member of yours has an implant ingrained into his neck. Man, this is just so ridiculous. What sort of... it doesn't matter, okay? He picks Jennifer up and they get bullets rained on them because of the stolen scarab. And they eventually land back home together, but of course everyone's feeling some type of way about Jennifer because of the whole, alien technology she gave Reyes. But she explains everything to them, blah blah blah, something about her dad. I don't really give a shit. Anyway, they formulate a plan to steal a key to unlock her dad's old house. This involves loony uncle here using a signal disruptor so they can break and enter. Because you just have that laying around, right? But surprise, our friend is back because he wants the scarab back. He gets punched, he throws some punches, just cool basic fighting shit really. But Blue Beetle can't bring himself to kill Scarface, so he ends up getting back up and shoots at his uncle, while Reyes is right fucking next to him. Bro, you can literally stop this shit. You are within touching distance of him. What the fuck are you doing? You're just letting your uncle get shot? So now Scarface is winning the fight and has him in a fucking curb stomp position. But his uncle saves the day. Okay. Jennifer opens her dad's secret underground hideout, and we find out her dad was like a Blue Beetle fanboy, but he couldn't get the scarab to work for him. So he just made his own technology and pretended he was Blue Beetle. And I don't really get the plot point of this. If it's canon to comics, my bad. They're trying to find out how to remove the Blue Beetle from Reyes. I have no idea why he does this, because why do you not want cool powers? Like, if that was me, I would want that shit forever, Jennifer and Reyes are about to kiss, but right on time, his uncle walks in. And bro, when I was watching this shit, I knew that this was gonna happen. This movie is just so predictable. Like, oh my god, they're about to kiss, but let's interrupt it with a funny joke or something, Because that's hilarious, guys. But while my boy is focused on getting his lips wet, his family is getting sieged in search for a scarab. So he has to go Blue Beetle mode and save them, but he still won't kill them, even though, they're shooting at his family. Which, fair enough, he has morals, and that's probably why he was chosen to be Blue Beetle. But I am killing every single one of them if they're shooting at my family. Another problem I had with this scene is his dad has a heart attack while they're fighting. I know that's not what I'm mad at, but he has to stop fighting to save his dad, which then means he gets captured. And in this shot here, he's literally charging up his gun, so could he have not just shot it before attending to his dad first? I'm just not seeing the thought process here. They all go into Jennifer's dad's old spaceship and choose weapons to save Reyes. There's a bubblegum weapon here too, so just remember this because it's possibly the lamest thing ever. Grandma chooses a minigun because there's nothing funnier than a badass old lady with a minigun, right? Just kidding, this isn't fucking cool at all. It's a big, massive cliche and just sucks major dick. On the way to save Reyes, his uncle literally stabs a guy. Like, there's no coming back from that. This guy is gone. So much for not killing people. Reyes is all tied up because Ginger here wants to use the scarab's power to improve her police force and bodyguard over here. But it's also going to kill him in the process. So when the power's being transferred, Reyes has visions of his dad in yet another cliche about how it's going to be okay and he's in a better place. Or at least I think that's what they're talking about. I don't speak Spanish and I didn't have captions on, but this movie is so predictable that I'm sure I'm right anyway. He becomes one with the Beetle and breaks free thanks to an explosion by his family, but he has a new problem. Scarface here is going into cyber psychosis due to his new tech.
Stop him!
Oh, shit.
So this nerdy guy is yet another character we've seen a million goddamn times. Lets Reyes out because the power of science must prevail. Or some shit like that. But he gets fucking murked right after. Good. Fuck that guy. Reyes' grandma airs out some ops. You know, cool grandma. This trope is just so fucking annoying. Stop force feeding this down my fucking throat, please. There's actually a really good hallway fight, which I have no complaints for, surprisingly. Yeah, he kicks those guys a new one, nice. Actually, I do have one complaint. His family is here too. Like, just let him have his fucking moment, please. Why do you guys have to be everywhere? He fights big scary robot mech, and these scenes are probably the best in the movie because his family isn't fucking there. You know, everything just looks flawless and the fighting is good and you get to finally see what Blue Beetle is capable of. He makes some cool shit like a big sword. I mean, who doesn't want a big ass sword? But unfortunately, it's not enough and he loses the fight. And guess who makes another fucking comeback? His uncle. And I've genuinely had enough with this guy. He starts throwing stones with surprisingly good accuracy, which apparently is enough to stop Reyes from getting killed, but he gets shot in the process. So Reyes taps into his rage after seeing his uncle getting blown to smithereens and defeats Scarface. He has the opportunity to kill him again, but decides not to because for some reason he gained all his memories in the transfer process. And he realises he's just human too and was just another victim to Ginger. And remember that bubblegum gadget shit? This is what it does. This is just so fucking lame, man. Scarface turns against his old boss and blows himself up. Bro, you don't have to be doing all that, okay? Just stab her or something. Jennifer and Reyes are a thing, and the end credit scene is like Jennifer's dad trapped inside a computer or something. I'm not into DC, so I have no idea what that means. So I just won't talk about it. And that's the end of the movie pretty much. I did skip a lot of the scenes because we'd be here all day and I just really wanted to talk about my criticisms with this film. But I'll go over some main ones just here at the end. Starting with number 1, Mexicans, am I right? No, but all jokes aside, this family aspect of this movie should not be as big as a role as it is. Like, this is Blue Beetle, not Blue Beetle and family. Like, give me a fucking break. I do not care about these guys. The cliches and predictable characters and plot are very, very present in this film. It feels like I've just seen this movie a million times. You know, a family member dies and the superhero's enraged and defeats the bad guy, who, by the way, is misunderstood. Don't forget that, guys. Or the unassuming innocent character turns out to be a secret killer. And I'm not even going to get into the comedy for fear of a brain bleed. So my final thoughts are, this movie is shit. It's just a very safe, family-friendly superhero slop movie that I think was made just for profits of this character, to be honest. Which is weird because the Rotten Tomatoes score is not even that bad. I thought this movie would at least be half decent, but I guess I was wrong. I mean, even The Flash was better than this. I actually enjoyed that movie. But that's it, bye guys.